GM CEO Mary Barra has one objective: to surpass Elon Musk in producing electric vehicles. She asserts that her 113-year-old company can alter its trajectory, compete with Tesla, the leading manufacturer of electric vehicles, and ultimately surpass it as it did with internal combustion vehicles. Welcome back to another exciting video from Informative Scoop. Today's video is about Elon Musk just exposed GM CEO. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Bless, or wait to see whether everything is simply a mirage. In a recent in-depth interview with Yahoo Finance, Barra claimed that GM is making every effort to achieve its goal and that by the middle of the decade, it will be outpacing even Tesla in the sale of electric vehicles in this nation. What is her strategy? You might be curious. It's fairly easy. Barra intends to create more affordable electric vehicles. Keep in mind that we only sometimes sell at the luxury level. She asserted that electric cars would cost about $30,000 unlike Tesla, whose base model has an MSRP of $46,990. Barra claims that GM has put in tremendous effort to understand the client's needs. Due to this, they recently announced a partnership with Honda to create a series of affordable electric vehicles that will go on the market in 2027 and significantly reduce EV. The beginning pricing for the Chevy Bolt EV is now at $31,500 with suggested MSRPs of $58,795 and $79,995 respectively. In contrast, the anticipated MSRP for the Silverado EV is $39,900. The Cadillac Lyriq and the Hummer are two more vehicles in the Barra's inventory that are more plainly in the luxury category. Barra and Musk had a public argument about the market share of their respective companies, which is perhaps why Musk previously referred to her as living in cloud cuckoo land on Twitter. Despite this, Musk doesn't appear concerned by her ambitious aspirations. Barra nevertheless affirms her confidence in her ability to close the gap and overtake Musk as the richest person in the world. Will Barra's dreams ever come true, or is everything you're going to discover just a made-up fantasy? Before getting into the meat of the topic, you need to comprehend these three aspects to appreciate GM and Tesla's competitiveness properly. Although many believe that GM will surpass Tesla by the end of the decade if it can jumpstart EV sales, Tesla now dominates the EV business. The top automaker is General Motors. GM's capacity to scale without rising prices will grow consumer trust, something Tesla does not yet exhibit. GM rates low on environmental, social, and governance parameters while being a company dedicated to EVs, but GM's ability to do so will boost consumer trust. While there is no disputing the fact that Tesla is the industry leader in electric automobiles, it still needs to be determined if Tesla will be able to sustain its leadership in the market or if GM, the 100-year-old auto giant, will finally surpass it. Let's quickly review the contributing factors. Let's start by thinking about the ESG outlook. GM is a more attractive investment because of its governance, social, and environmental factors. Investing is becoming more popular. The environmental component of ESG would be more than enough. Therefore, it may surprise you that Tesla isn't at the top of the list. However, the company was removed from the S&P 500 ESG index in May 2022 for various reasons. First, Tesla doesn't have any intentions to make its company carbon neutral while creating electric cars and earning money from the sale of green energy. After repeatedly breaking the Clean Air Act, it settled with the EPA in February 2022. Elon Musk has encountered difficulties with the National Labor Relations Board due to his anti-union stance and unfair labor practices on the social and governmental fronts. However, GM wants to become carbon neutral by 2040 and requests that its suppliers follow suit. Although there has been very little investment to date, it is actively trying to expand its selection of electric vehicles. On the subject of governance, GM also has very superior metrics. At the GM Corporation, headed by CEO Mary Barra, women hold half of the board positions. Only 2 board members, or 29% of Tesla, are female. On the other hand, based on how the firms are currently operating, GM would surely prevail when comparing these ESG values. The Inflation Reduction Act is a different factor to take into account. The Inflation Reduction Act modifies the $7,500 non-refundable tax credit for people buying the right EV kind. The battery's construction now uses at least 40% raw materials from North America, which is the biggest difference. Moreover, the car must be made in North America. GM, Tesla, and the bulk of EV manufacturers all source a significant portion of these materials from outside North America. Given that the required percentages will rise in the coming years rather than preserving the status quo of EVs as a luxury, the majority of EVs will only be qualified for the $3,750 credit. The intention is to persuade manufacturers to design affordable cars for average Americans. Who can automakers advertise this credit to is altered by the fact that EVs are now pricier. GM recently reduced its pricing for electric vehicles while Tesla just increased them, according to a comparison of the two companies' prices. The Chevy Bolt now costs $26,595 $5. The only model that would currently qualify for this tax credit is Tesla's standard Model 3 with rear-wheel drive, which costs $46,990. Regardless of the tax credit, the income levels that the tax credit is aimed at making this pricing disparity considerable. The $20,000 price differential between GM's and Tesla's products may influence more Americans to pick GM. However, the ESG Outlook and Inflation Reduction Act appears to be GM's lone competitive edge against Tesla. To boost the share of EV sales to exceed 50% by 2030, President Biden set a national goal in 2021. Because EV sales already make up far less than 10% of all auto sales, market observers still need to be more optimistic than many auto executives who believed this was achievable. However, compared to GM, Tesla presently leads the market for electric vehicles with 66% of the total market. 6% of the market is pitiful, placing Ford and Volkswagen in fourth place behind them. Tesla is currently, without a doubt, the company with a higher net profit, climbed 98% year-over-year at $2.3 billion in the same quarter in Q2 2022. The net profit for GM was only $1.7 billion, a 40.3% decrease from the prior year. This comes from GM's more mature procedures, which sold 578,639 automobiles in Q2 2020, in contrast to the sad 254,695 deliveries from Tesla. Tesla's closest known metric to a sales equivalent metric is deliveries. So why is Tesla so much wealthier? Many factors affect a company's financial situation. Still, one of them is that Tesla does not spend money on marketing, which saves the business a significant amount of money. Tesla's 254,695 deliveries, in contrast to GM, are 100% organic. Tesla has dramatically raised the price of its cars in recent years, but its yearly sales are still increasing regularly. But credits play a sizable extra role in Tesla's current profitability. In California and 13 other states, automakers must sell a specific quantity of electric vehicles. Due to its full concentration on electric vehicles, if they don't, they'll have to purchase extra regulatory credits from other automakers. Tesla keeps an inventory of regulatory credits that it sells to other automakers, such as GM. Let's quickly look at how these credits impact Tesla's financial situation. Other automakers paid Tesla $1.58 billion in regulatory credits during the same period, resulting in a net loss for Tesla that would have been $862 million without them. The sale of regulatory credits contributed $1.47 billion of Tesla's $5.64 billion net income in 2021. However, they contributed less to the revenues in 2021 than they did in 2000. Nevertheless, 26% of net income came from these credits. That is a lot. The only way other automakers, like GM, may stop needing to purchase these credits from Tesla is if they increase the production of electric vehicles, which will increase GM's profits while diminishing Tesla's. So now for the million-dollar question, which is brighter, Tesla or GM? We aren't clairvoyants, but the metrics show that while GM has long-term ambitions to be the best, with a very well-known figure in the leadership of Tesla, which currently has the more attractive brand and attracts top talent, one might reasonably conclude that Tesla is the more lucrative company by a significant margin. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.